everybody, and welcome in live to McMorran Arena, getting ready for tonight's contest between the Motor City Rockers and the home team, the Port Huron Prowlers. I'm Brady Beaton, the voice of Motor City Rocker Hockey, and I thank you so much for joining us for what is our first road TV broadcast in franchise history. We hope we have a lot more to come to you, much more down the road. Tonight, a day of revenge for Motor City. Last night, it did not go the Rockers' way. It was one to flush down and forget about. We'll take a break, come back, recap that, talk about what you can expect tonight. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Rockers Media Network.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media, on Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rock. Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media, on Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on! Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media, on Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
One in 5 children in America go to bed hungry. That's why Kroger has donated 60 million meals to families in Michigan. Join us in ending childhood hunger. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, cheers, buddy.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness, it's got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
One in 5 children in America go to bed hungry. That's why Kroger has donated 60 million meals to families in Michigan. Join us in ending childhood hunger. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Cheers, buddy.
Back here at McMorran Arena. Almost got me here in the pregame, getting ready for the Rockers and the Port Huron Prowlers. Let's first thank all the sponsors that make this broadcast possible. We start with Park Avenue Productions. PSN Technologies, bringing you stats all season long. Crunch Fitness, keeping your Rockers ready for the rink. And 106.7 Detroit's Wheels. We thank all the broadcast sponsors that help us take this on the road here to McMorran Arena. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for your Motor City Rockers. First in net, Rico Gonzalez. Then on the blue line, we start with the captain, number 4, Josh Colton. He'll get it started back there, along with his D partner, number 20, Douglas Blaisdell. On the forward line, it will be the leading scorer, the rookie, Eli Rivers, alongside Matthias Tellstrom wearing number 24. And finally, the man who's been red hot since returning, TJ Sneath, rounds out the starting lineup here at McMorran Arena. It was a 10-3 defeat last night in Fraser. And for Motor City, again, there's not much to say. Hey, you took one on the chin. It happens in hockey. It won't be the first. It wasn't the first time. It won't be the last time that the Rockers get roughed up a little bit. It's just the reality of sports. Now, how can this team put that in the rearview mirror? Hopefully, got a good night's sleep and are coming on a fresh day here at McMorran Arena with revenge on the mind. As you have the starting lineup for Port Huron being announced. It's Timothy Organ and Ben Brockway on defense, Tyler Fox, Bobby Price, and Drew Welsh on the forward spot. Yoshi Kurdiawa is starting in net for Port Huron. How do you put that game behind you and focus on this one? I think a fast start is the key for Motor City. The last two meetings, they fell behind 4-0 and 7-0 before they got on the board. Getting ready for the national anthem here at McMorran Arena. We'll step aside. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, cheers, buddy.
Picked up in front, shot, scores! Number one, now shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
One in 5 children in America go to bed hungry. That's why Kroger has donated 60 million meals to families in Michigan. Join us in ending childhood hunger. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, cheers, buddy.
How did Culligan become the worldwide leader in water treatment? 88 years of experience, 46% energy savings, 100% satisfaction guarantee, or our network of more than 600 local water experts? Score big with Culligan Water.
Back here at McMorran Arena, live from the Doc Emmerich broadcast booth, Motor City trying to continue their playoff push. Last night, a tough one for them. The Venom got the regulation win down in Columbus, and of course the 10-3 loss at Big Boy Arena last night. It's a new day. Motor City looking to get one back over Port Huron, split the weekend. Rockers in their road whites, Prowlers in their home red 10th anniversary jerseys. Sneath on the draw. And we are underway from McMorran Arena. Ben Brockway slides ahead. It was chipped into the corner. Banks behind Rico Gonzalez. Blaisdell tries to spin off a hit. He had his pocket picked. Hops to the near side boards. Blaisdell flips it to TJ Sneath. Again, lost in the 10-3 defeat. TJ Sneath did pick up another 2 points, and he's essentially been on that pace since he returned from a knee injury that kept him out nearly 2 months. Lucas Lakeney on the right side of the boards. McGill Diaz tried to whack at it. He whiffed, but on his second attempt, able to find Eli Rivers. Sauce pass hit off the right hand of Matt Graham, who with the game played today moves into third all-time in Fed games played. He passes Ahmed Mahfouz. Matt Graham, he has been around a long time, and the majority of that has been spent with the Prowlers. Lockhart in the corner, minute into this one. Already a better start for Motor City than a night ago as the puck goes out of play. We'll get a draw at neutral ice. As things do essentially every time these two teams meet, got a little testy between Motor City and Port Huron. One of the guys involved, not in the lineup tonight for Port Huron, Dan Chartrand, a scratch tonight. Him and Austin Federley, with the swath of college players coming in for Port Huron. Some of the veterans have been taking nights off. Scantlebury and Graham were resting last night. Tonight, it's Federley and Chartrand that get their turn to rest their legs. For Motor City, a couple of key inactives. Brad Ryder, he is not in the lineup tonight, alongside with Tristan Wells, also out tonight after playing a night ago. Save from Gonzalez, paddles it over to McGill Diaz. McGill Diaz puts it between the blue lines. Gullo races over for it. He'll slash it into the Prowlers' end for a moment. Scantlebury was just a bit offside. 18:26 to go in the first period. Still scoreless. Offside all season long, brought to you by Crate Clips, the official hair cutter of the Motor City Rockers. Tie up off the draw. Got caught in a linesman's skate. Puck poked away. Corrigan racing after it. He's sat the last few games in the lineup today for Jamison Milam's squad. Coach has the puck. He put himself back in after taking a rest a night ago. The 40-year-old, over 950 games played. It was 2 weeks ago in this barn that Milam picked up number 950. Now that's total professional games. For reference, Milam started his pro career about 5 years before the Fed was founded. Into the near corner. Port Huron has it pinned to the boards. Couple of white jerseys come to try to push it out, and Heinzel comes away with it. Parsons and Gagnon were tied up. As an errant pass down the length of the ice, whistle blows. 17:35 to go, first period. 0-0 game. Draw comes to the left of Yoshi Kuriawa. Shutout in his last performance a weekend ago against the Mississippi Seawolves. Everyone been playing well for Port Huron. I heard Coach Milam talk about it last night. They play with a lot of confidence, and why not? You're on a 9-game winning streak. Last loss was March 1st. Wraparound attempt, not even close to being put on net. Graham, pass picked off Tellstrom. Short feed, give and go with Rivers. Tellstrom into the offensive zone. Too hot for Rivers to handle. He glides into the corner. 3 minutes into this first period, still scoreless, only one shot on net. That was recorded by Port Huron. Sneath had it poked away. Back to the captain, Josh Colton. Far side, McGill Diaz. He'll skate it over the red line, bang it off the end boards. Boosel on the near side. Oakes took it away. Gullo couldn't keep it in the offensive zone. Scantlebury to the far side. Millette collects it off the bounce. Gullo throws the body around. Hall in there to help. Behind Gonzalez. Mac Diver ahead to Cody Oakes. Horseshoes it around the boards. Millette will chop at it to Milam. He can't knock it down. Scantlebury, the first one there. Diver shades him behind the net. Scantlebury puts on the brakes. Far corner, spins back around. Now it's Gullo pestering him. Bounces for Boosel. Milam, the veteran, pins him to the boards, and the puck very slowly slides over the end line. Oakes puts it in neutral ice. Johnson has it. Slides to Scantlebury. Left wing circle. Scantlebury hits the back of the net, but it's the outside. Finds Johnson at the point. To the near side, Parsons. Skates up, shot, deflected, right side. Another save for Rico Gonzalez. 15:38 to go. First period, 0-0 game. Port Huron starting to control a little bit of the tempo. Back behind for Tyler Fox. To the near side, Heinzel tried to chip it ahead. Milam took a swipe at it, rather. Down the length of the ice, and the Rockers will get a change. Checo, Gagnon, Blaisdell, Colton, and Ronan out there. So Sam Gagnon, who also was a scratch the last handful of games, he back out there on the ice for the purple and black. Blaisdell off the backhand of Ronan. Banks on the near side to Josh Colton, his own end. The former Prowler ahead to Gagnon. Into the offensive zone. Checo slides it wide. Only 2 shots on net here in the early going. Knocked away from Oregon. Blaisdell, far side Gagnon to neutral ice. Big hit as Checo collides with Matt Graham. Graham usually not the one to throw the body around, but the coach leading from the front as Reggie Millette puts it on net, punched away by Gonzalez. Slap shot from Oregon goes way wide. Rivers way behind Tellstrom, looking for the 2-on-2. Instead, Port Huron gets it back in the Motor City end. Tellstrom over the red line. Off the low glass, banks to the far corner. Boosel and Rivers fighting for the puck. Stays in the Port Huron end only for a moment. Tellstrom patiently rings it around the boards to the far side. Rivers steps in front, backhands down low. TJ Sneath looking for Tellstrom. Walking up, Milam, a blast! Saved by Kurdiawa. And with 13:52 to go in the first period, the Rockers record their first shot. We'll step aside. Still scoreless here at McMorran Arena. You're watching the Rockers Media Network.
When the game is on the line, you need a team you can count on. That's why the Rockers trust IEP Urgent Care, the official urgent care provider of the Motor City Rockers, located on 15 Mile between Utica and Garfield Roads. IEP Urgent Care is owned and operated by emergency physicians within the community, providing top quality, compassionate, and personalized care tailored to your needs. With on-site digital x-ray and testing diagnostics available, you can skip the long ER wait. Get the fast, professional treatment you deserve at IEP, a higher quality of urgent care from ER-trained providers.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
13:52 to go in the first period. 0-0 game, Port Huron and Motor City. Game 2 of a 2-game set. And even though it was a pretty uneventful first 6 minutes, honestly, that kind of plays in the Rockers' favor because it just went so bad so quickly the last 2 times these two sides have met. I feel like the Rockers can settle into the game a little bit and just play hockey that after that first goal, I think it got a little mental for Motor City and they started overthinking everything. And the Rockers were playing with some confidence, and Hall, he's pushing and shoving. There's 2 Rockers and 2 Prowlers going at it. Lockhart didn't like it. Hall's going to the box, and some early fireworks as Rotundi and Bussel go at it. Bussel drops the gloves. And there's a yard sale on the ice, but there hasn't been much going on as the linesmen get 2 points for a takedown. Bussel, he came in, and I think the Prowlers are going to go on a power play. Let's take a look at what started it. It's Lockhart and Hall. And Hall, he had enough. That may have boiled over from a night ago. And then Bussel comes in. He's the 3rd man in. And then you have Rotundi trying to even the numbers. So what I might expect is Port Huron, if I had to guess, would get a power play. But I wouldn't be surprised if Bussel gets a 3rd man in misconduct. So Rotundi and Hall are in the box. No, there's 1 Prowler in the box. That's Bussel. Maybe Hunter Hall thought he needed to be a spark plug, get the boys buzzing a bit. So Scantlebury and Milam patiently wait to hear the verdict. Nothing up on the scoreboard yet here at McMorran Arena. 2 minutes go up for the Rockers as expected. The only question for Bussel is he going to get a misconduct? Again, I don't know how strict the officials will be tonight on 3rd men in. Because Hall, I mean, there's no doubt about it. He started it, and I fully expected the Prowlers to get a power play out of this. We're just waiting for the verdict to be handed down, and 2 minutes up on the board. Jim Scarpace, Steve Gowdy, the referees tonight. Good to see Scarpace back out there. If you remember last Sunday, he was the official that took the puck to the face and had to leave in the 3rd period. So the Rockers are going down a man. Motor City on the penalty kill. Port Huron with a chance to strike first. We'll pass along the penalties when we get official word. But my guess it's going to be 2 minors for Motor City and 1 minor to Port Huron. It's Fox, Heinzel, Price, the forwards for Port Huron. Can we just drop the puck? Come on now. What are we doing? Okay, it's not the player's fault when they both get kicked out of the circle. Rockers win the draw. Can't get it out of the zone. Along the near side boards. Goes behind the net. Mac Diver, the first one there, tries to evade a couple different Prowlers, and he gives up the puck. Behind the net, Drew Welsh, left wing circle, spinning back is Fox. To the point, Oregon, right side, and returns to Welsh on the left wing circle. Puck bounces around McGill Diaz. He clears it down the length of the ice. 30 seconds elapsed on the Motor City minor penalty. 12:53 to go in the first period, still scoreless. So the official verdict is roughing for all 3. Bussel, Hall, and Rotundi each get 2 for roughing, 2 for Motor City, 1 for Port Huron, and that puts the Rockers down a man. 1:10 left to go on the initial minor penalty. Millette. He'll take it to the point, slides back near side Lake knee, walks up, shot deflected by Diver from a knee. Diver trying to get the puck out of the zone. Lakeney able to get it back. Drops back on the near side. Matt Graham in the corner. Comes to the point. Johnson, coach-to-coach connection. Finds Millette. Slowly slides it to the far boards. 45 seconds left to go on the minor penalty. Shot bouncing around and it finds the back of the net. Gonzalez got 90% of it. Didn't get all of it. And the Prowlers strike on the power play. 1-0 Port Huron. That one just hopped over the goal line. Gonzalez scrambling for it, just couldn't get there quite in time. And yet again, Port Huron strikes first. One nothing, Port Huron. Scantleberry shot, save, rebound, Colton off the glass. Gagnon backhands it, looking for Corrigan. But the first one there, I believe that was Brockway. Battling in the corner, excuse me, it's Scantleberry. Scantleberry into Cumbus, listed as 96, wearing 23. Corrigan chips it off a Prowler in deep. Cumbus lost it, Checo on the attack. Scantleberry gets in his way, finds Corrigan in front. Gagnon had it poked away by Alex Johnson. 11:20 to go, first period, and the Prowlers have the lead thanks to the power play goal. Johnson in his own end. Banks ahead, he finds Fox over the red line. Welsh into the offensive zone, rink-wide feed broken up. Sneath got in the way. Milam looking for Rivers, and again, the Prowlers keep it in the Rockers' end. Welsh, far hash marks, trying to evade McGill Diaz, back behind the net. Has it on the backhand, out in front, can't get a shot off, and a couple claps at it, and eventually Rico Gonzalez gets on top of it. 10:43 to go in the first period, 1-0, Port Huron on top. That goal officially Reggie Millette from Brian Parsons. Felt bad for Rico a night ago. Got pulled after 5 goals in the first period, and the reality is there weren't a lot that were his fault. A couple tipped out in front, a puck sitting on a silver platter in the low slot, a backdoor one-timer. And the first goal trickles by him to give the Prowlers the lead. Heinzel races forward in his own end. Rivers put the pressure on. Sneath the diagonal dump in. Tellstrom, he's hustling down. As Port Huron sets up in their own zone, the Rockers wait patiently. Parsons pass tip, Millette chips to the far side. Puck goes up, stays in play. McGill Diaz swings at it a few times, slides to Diver. Diver to Tellstrom from the near half wall. Just a bit too tall for Eli Rivers, and Heinzel get it to his D partner, Brian Parsons. Back in the Prowler zone, shots right now 5-1 in favor of Port Huron. Been a very tightly played game. Millette, right wing circle, shot goes wide of the net. Bounces out to neutral ice, Brockway. He fights for it. Prowlers would have been offsides, and we have a whistle. And I believe we are getting a penalty on Hunter Hall. So the Rockers are going back on the penalty kill. 9:48 to go in the first period, and the Prowlers a chance to extend their 1-0 lead. Don't go anywhere. Have the penalty kill when we come back. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Oh, yeah. buddy.
Oh, picked up up front, shot scores! Number one, now shot scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hunter Hall got 2 for boarding. 9:48 left to go in the first period. Port Huron struck on the power play in the first crack they had at it. Tried to make it 2-0. Hall in the box. Lakeney, left side, gives back to Millette, returns to Lakeney, left wing circle behind the net. Centering feed and a shot saved by Gonzalez. Back to the far point. Parsons settles it down, banks it ahead. Far circle. Off the leg and a whistle and a slashing call. Who are they getting? They're getting Matt Graham, and 23 seconds in, the Prowlers' own coach is going to cost them time on the power play. So a very abbreviated power play for Port Huron, and we have 4-on-4. The Rockers will have a very short Continental Electric Products power play. It'll be 23 seconds in just over a minute and a half. Gullo, Ronan, Milam, and Rotundi out there. Gullo, clean win to Milam. In front, looks for Gullo. He can't control it off the bounce. Gullo fighting for it behind Kurdiawa. Back to the coach, Jamison Milam. Battle out in front between Ronan and that was Bobby Price, one of the new players for Port Huron out of Trine. Price on the backhand. Ronan was giving pressure, put on the brakes, evades it. Oregon. Rink wide feed to the tape. Back to, that's Lockhart. Far side, banks it off the end boards. Comes to the near boards. Ronan to Gullo. 54 seconds left to go in the Hunter Hall minor. 1:15 left to go in the Matt Graham slashing minor. Gullo rubbed off the puck, and here comes Port Huron. Drew Welsh had it knocked away. Doug Blaisdell, stout in his own end, breaks up the rush. Eli Rivers, the Rockers' leading scorer. Right wing circle, had it poked away. Steve tried to clean it up, could not. 30 seconds left to go in 4-on-4 hockey before a very short power play. Welsh shot hit the high glass, barely stayed in the rink. Millette from the slot pushes it wide. Had a clean look at it, just completely fanned out, or I shouldn't say fanned, just missed it. Parsons behind his own net. To the near side, Scantleberry. Over the red, now the blue, Scantleberry can't work around Miguel Diaz. Gonzalez finds Miguel Diaz. Now we have a 23-second Continental Electric Products power play. Got to get the puck back. Hits off the end boards. Rockers have a chance for a short rush to try to even this game up. 7:40 to go, first period. Ronan gives to Diver. 7 seconds till Matt Graham released from the sin bin. Hall, he takes a tumble. And while not much of a power play, the penalty Graham took essentially negated the Prowlers' man advantage. Miguel Diaz over to the left side. Hall centers, and he was not on the same wavelength as Tellstrom turns it over. Scantleberry, left wing circle, shot, rings the post, and it rebounds out to center ice. Scantleberry the chance to make it 2-0. Sometime the post, the goalie's best friend. Oh, Tellstrom and Hall, friendly fire. A round of applause from the Prowler faithful for the collision between Tellstrom and Hall. Shot still 5-1 in favor of Port Huron. Scoreboard 1-0 in favor of Port Huron. Parsons pushes it wide. Gonzalez aids it to the corner. Rotundi spins up the hit. Gagnon to Milam. To neutral ice, Corrigan chips it ahead. Gagnon races for it. Shot kicked away by Kurdiawa. Rotundi thought about pinching up for it. He stayed back. didn't want to give the odd man rush. Marty tried to just slap shot it into the zone, and he barely got any of it. 6 minutes left to go, first period, 1-0. Port Huron on top of Motor City on the near side boards. Bussell around, and it's Rivers the first one there. Evades one Prowler, banks it off the end wall. Milam ahead to Corrigan on the near side circle, trying to get it out of their own end. Milam, diagonal feed, just a bit too tall for Eli Rivers. A lot of this game has been played in neutral ice. Very little continuous possession in either offensive zone. Prowlers maybe a little more time on attack than the Rockers. Shots again, only 6-2. Scantlebury leaves it back. Bussell knocked off the puck by Blaisdell. 2 red, 2 white jerseys digging at it. DeCumbus in the corner, spins back. Pass hit Rotundi, and Cody Oakes collects it, slides to the middle, and Sneath just a hair too short to bring that one in. Prowlers have it. Knocked away is on the attack was DeCumbus. Ran out of real estate in a hurry. Under 5 minutes to go, first period, 1-0 Port Huron. Johnson between the hash marks. Millette saved by Gonzalez. Reggie Millette finds himself in a lot of scoring spots. Pass found the tape. The shot found Gonzalez. 4:48 to go in the first period. 1-0 Port Huron. You're watching Motor City Rocker Hockey.
Cloud Cannabis has locations in New Baltimore, Detroit, Utica, and Ann Arbor, all located within the Metro Detroit area. We have flower, edibles, pre-rolls, 510 thread carts, disposables, all organically grown in Michigan. And Cloud and Timber Cannabis have some of the best professionals as our cannabis consultants. They'll be able to answer any questions about strains, products, effects. If you're not familiar with cannabis, we can educate you on those things that you need. You'll be comfortable with people that know their way around great quality product.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
4:48 left to go, first period, 1-0 Port Huron on top of Motor City. Brady Beaton, the voice of Motor City Rocker Hockey, here with you. Our first road video broadcast in franchise history. We're happy to be here at McMorran Arena. Rockers trying to find themselves in the playoffs for a third straight season. The magic number came into the weekend was 14. It's still at 14. The Venom are chasing. They got a win down in Columbus, a very crucial win for the Venom. And coupled that with the Rockers result, they gained some ground on Motor City. Still some more work to do. The Rockers control their own destiny, but getting 3 points here in Port Huron would be huge. With the result last night, Motor City cannot clinch the postseason this weekend anymore. It would have had to go nearly perfect. But still, coming into the weekend, you're hoping to punch your ticket as early as possible. Brockway behind his own net. Kurdiawa looking around, seeing which way Brockway would go to the far wing. Working down low, Price had it poked away by Blaisdell. Price takes a tumble into the boards. Ice has not been the cleanest tonight. You've seen a couple guys from each side seemingly trip over the blue line, maybe the face-off circle. Corrigan trying to work around Parsons. Hops in the low slot, and it's knocked away. Corrigan stick handling along the end boards to the near side. DeCumbus from his own end. Too hot off the skate of Welsh, and Josh Colton back skates over to McGill Diaz. Neutralized Checo. Fires a feed. Ronan could never settle that one down. Checo just put a little too much behind that pass. Offsides called. 3:21 to go in the first period. Fans, if your sides are a little off, remember Great Clips will keep your hair on sides. You can find them in the Meyer across from Big Boy Arena, Roseville, and Warren. Great Clips, the official hair cutter of your Motor City Rockers. Off the draw. Immediately collected, and Marty's shot was deflected up and over Gonzalez, safely off the end glass. Here comes Miguel Diaz, the defenseman. Chips and chases, trying to work his way past Alex Johnson. Behind the net, Rivers took it away. Sneath was setting up just outside the crease. Tellstrom comes down, and it's poked by him. Scantlebury got enough of the puck. That time, I believe the puck lost sight of it. I believe it went into the Prowlers bench. Indeed, it did. 2:56 to go, first period, 1-0. Motor City trying to snap a skid against Port Huron. It's been tough this year in the Battle of I-94. Prowlers have already claimed the season series. Port Huron has won 4 in a row coming into tonight. The last win for Motor City was the 24th of January down in Fraser. The Rockers with just 1 win here at McMorran. That was a shutout by Rico Gonzalez back on December 13th. Rivers over the red line, dumps it in. Tellstrom couldn't get to it, and it slid across the crease. Diver on net, and it's fired too high. Miguel Diaz racing, keeps it in. Good effort from 11. Down low. Looks across. Tellstrom couldn't get enough of it. He was tied up with Brockway. Millette uses his speed into the offensive zone. To the corner, finds Fox. He scores. The best chance of the night for Motor City gets flipped on its head and ends up in the back of the net for Port Huron. They lead it 2-0. Port Huron. The 7th shot of the game, the 8th shot of the game results in the 2nd goal of the game for Port Huron. Parsons over the red line, rings it around the boards. Rotundi let it go by. Hall can't get it out of the zone. Hacky sacked in by Parsons. Back behind the net. Bucell banks it off the end boards. Marty comes down. Gullo challenges. Cody Oakes trying to get it out of the zone. Scantlebury stops him in his tracks. Milam picks up the loose puck over all 3 lines. And unbothered, Heinzel will head behind his own net. Hunter Hall patiently waits as the Prowlers finish their line change. 95 seconds to go in the first period. 2-0 Port Huron. Graham nearly with a breakaway chance. Still in the Rockers' end. Millette leaves it back. Lockhart, and it's punched away by Gonzalez. To the near side, Parsons. Can't get it by Corrigan. Between the blue lines, Corrigan turned it over Millette. Onside. Short backhand feed out in front, pushed wide by Lakney. 1:09 to go, first period. 2-0 Port Huron. Motor City has mustered just 2 shots on goal. Had a couple different opportunities that didn't find their way on net, but it's been a very tightly played game. Port Huron has just taken advantage of their opportunities. Millette on the backhand will put it in deep. Right wing circle. 45 seconds to go in the first. Near side Johnson. Back down low, Millette, Milam. Giving him pressures. The puck slides to the half wall. Corrigan pokes it out of the zone, and the Rockers will get what's likely the last line change of the period. Looking for Fox, one who just scored the last goal. Welsh couldn't bring it in, and Tellstrom races after it. 20 seconds to the first intermission. Far boards, Tellstrom pokes it away. A dozen seconds left. The Prowlers control the play. Brockway off the far boards. To the middle, shot saved by Gonzalez. 4.7 showing on the scoreboard. So the draw will come to the left of Gonzalez. And the Rockers are going to try to head in the locker room trailing by 2. Have some of the McMorrin crew working on the boards on the far side. Yeah, with 4.7 seconds left, I think Steve Gowdy was telling him, don't worry about it. We're just going to drop the puck. We'll get to intermission. Tie up off the draw. And it slides to the point. Shot came too late anyway, but Port Huron will enjoy a 2-0 advantage after 20 minutes of play. Two things can be true at once. It was a better effort from Port Huron, but it wasn't enough to do what they need to do to play playoff hockey. Obviously, you're down 7-0 after one a night ago. Just about anything will be an improvement, and they played with a little bit more discipline in their own end, maybe a little more cautiously, but they did not generate hardly any time on attack, and it's the double-edged sword. They weren't as aggressive, so Port Huron didn't get as many chances, but they didn't generate any opportunities. And a power play goal from Port Huron is the first goal of the game was scored, it was Matt Graham that scored it. Reggie Millette got the assist, and Brian Parsons picked up an apple as well for Graham. That is his 21st of the season. Then Tyler Fox at 17:47 in the first period from Reggie Millette again made it 2-0 Port Huron, and that's where we sit right now as Motor City trying to, again, just tip the scales back in their favor, because here's the thing, Motor City has played some good teams pretty tough. You go back and look that stretch, Binghamton out in Binghamton, the first half of games were solid and then they'd unwind. They were playing Columbus tough at Big Boy Arena. They have beaten Carolina on the road, so they are not strangers to playing quality hockey against quality teams. But for whatever reason, and I'm as much as it pains me to say it, and I'm sure everyone watching at home can realize the unfortunate truth is right now Port Huron just has the Rockers' number, and whether it's a mental block or just the style of play benefits the Prowlers. They have outplayed Motor City, especially in the last handful of meetings. It's 2-0. Motor City trails Port Huron after a period of play. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more for you when we return. You're watching the Rockers Media Network.
Picked up up front, shot, scores! Summers line now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
The good life shouldn't be reserved for the few. The finest cuisine should always be on the menu. And looking good shouldn't just be for the rich and famous. At Meijer, we believe that real life deserves real good, and we work hard to bring more of it. Here, quality meets value, and selection meets savings. So the good life is always within reach. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
How did Culligan become the worldwide leader in water treatment? 88 years of experience, 46% energy savings, 100% satisfaction guarantee, or our network of more than 600 local water experts? Score big with Culligan Water.
When the game is on the line, you need a team you can count on. That's why the Rockers trust IEP Urgent Care, the official urgent care provider of the Motor City Rockers, located on 15 Mile between Utica and Garfield Roads. IEP Urgent Care is owned and operated by emergency physicians within the community, providing top quality, compassionate, and personalized care tailored to your needs. With on-site digital x-ray and testing diagnostics available, you can skip the long ER wait. Get the fast, professional treatment you deserve at IEP, a higher quality of urgent care from ER-trained providers.
Who is Culligan? We're local water mastery, efficiency, delivery, technology, trustworthy. Culligan, here for every water worry since 1936.
Cloud Cannabis has locations in New Baltimore, Detroit, Utica, and Ann Arbor, all located within the Metro Detroit area. We have flower, edibles, pre-rolls, 510 thread carts, disposables, all organically grown in Michigan. And Cloud and Timber Cannabis have some of the best professionals as our cannabis consultants. They'll be able to answer any questions about strains, products, effects. If you're not familiar with cannabis, we can educate you on those things that you need. You'll be comfortable with people that know their way around great quality product.
Hey, what's up? It's James Campbell, your Motor City Rockers in-arena host, and I'm here, back, with another 5 minutes in the box. We took a bit of a break, but we're back again, and this time, we're being joined by TJ Sneed. TJ, how's it going, man?
Good. How you been?
Not too bad. We're happy to see you back. Earlier this season, you took a bit of a hard hit. You were off a little bit. You were injured. Can you give us a bit of an update as to what happened and how you got back into swinging?
Yeah. So got injured on January 11th against Bennington. Kind of a scary injury. Not really going to go into exactly what it was.
Like the gory details.
Right.
I'll tell you, we had an ice crew member who was like, "Oh my god!" He was freaking out. So everybody's very worried about you. Very concerned about that.
And I appreciate that. I mean, original diagnosis, it was very weak on me returning this year. So I'm very blessed to still be here and to be playing. I went home and did rehab with Eat Sports Performance. A shout out to them. They're an amazing team of doctors that rehab me 5-6 days a week and got me back to playing here. So grateful for them, and I'm grateful for the organization for sticking with me.
All right, so we're happy to have you back. You recovered. You're back in the game. Can you give us a little history? How did you get to where you're at now? Can you give us a little bit of the short version of your hockey career?
Well, I mean, I grew up playing in Southern California. Moved away for juniors at 16 years old. Lived in Minnesota. Played there. Played Manitoba. Played in Virginia. Went to Oswego State. Transferred to Lebanon Valley College. Played a couple years pro in Sweden.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then came back over, played in the SPHL, and have played for the Rockers.
Oh, very cool. Well, we're happy to have you on the team. You're definitely one of the fan favorites, so it's always great to see you on the ice. Give us a little bit, what do you do when you're not playing hockey? Because I know you got to be a diehard hockey fan if you're from California, and you sign up to come do winters in Michigan.
Well, my dad's from Michigan.
Oh, really? Okay, so you have a bit of a local connection.
For sure. My grandpa still lives out in Coldwater, Michigan, so I do still have a lot of roots settled down here. I mean, I do enjoy things outside of hockey. I never played any other major sports, but
okay.
I do a lot of bass fishing.
Bass fishing, okay.
Yeah, and I play a lot of golf.
Okay.
So
very cool. So bass fishing, come on, what's your best fishing story?
Oh, gosh. Best fishing story... I would have to say going out on the Mississippi River, catching over 400 bass in a day with a guide that I met at Gander Mountain just by happenstance. I also, my first day in Minnesota, I caught a near state record bass out of a freeway pond.
Really?
So yeah, I mean, I have a lot of fun fishing adventures. My family.
How long does it take you to catch 400 bass?
We were only out for 5 hours. I mean, I had a good guide. But,
holy crap. I'm trying to do the math real quick. 400 divided by 5. It's 80 bass an hour?
Pretty much every cast.
Okay, every cast? You catch some. What about use it for bait? I'm sure the fishermen want to know. It didn't matter?
It didn't matter. You could throw topwater frogs, you could throw drop shot, you could throw swim baits. We were in spots where it was just on the whole time. So
okay, it's crazy. Wow. Yeah. I'm just trying to even think. I probably would have been like, okay, we have 100 bass, we're good. Let's go. But I guess
I don't eat them, so.
Okay, you throw them back?
Yeah, it's just for sport.
Okay, just for sport? Okay.
Yeah, I grew up fishing in Arizona. My family has a house out there, dating all the way back to my grandfather in the 40s. So he taught me how to fish as a little kid along with my father.
Very cool. What area in Arizona?
Lake Havasu City.
Lake Havasu. Okay, so you're over there with the Spring Breakers and all those guys. Those kids party.
It's right on the border of California, Arizona. Yeah. One side of the lake's California, the other side's Arizona.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't realize the border was that close, but I know I spent a year in Arizona before I moved back to Detroit. Mm-hmm. So I'm familiar with some of the areas, and I know that was the spot to go, to the party and whatnot.
For sure.
So you said you're into golf.
Yep.
What's your favorite golf course
Oh,
that
by
you play?
far, Sand Hollow in St. George, Utah.
Okay, what about that golf course makes it your favorite?
It's just gorgeous. A bunch of canyons. Really challenging course. I've only played it once, but I'm dying to go back.
One time, but it's your all-time favorite, huh?
By far, yeah.
Very cool. What would you say are you better on the front nine or the back nine?
Depends on the course, of course, but probably the back nine.
Okay,
typically.
Cool. Very cool.
It narrows out and gets a little bit shorter and allows me to attack some greens. So.
Okay, I gotcha. Very cool. So what do you root for any professional sports teams? You
I'm a Red Wings fan. I've always
we finally got a Rockers who grew up a Red Wings fan. Everybody else is cheering for like the Canadians or the Avalanche or other teams from their hometown.
Well, you got a lot of guys from Vermont, Quebec area, so like that makes sense. But I grew up a Lions fan. Tigers, didn't watch the Pistons much, but I love the Lions, even though they couldn't win a game my entire childhood.
Oh yeah, well hey, at least the Lions are in it
They're
now.
good now.
Yeah,
they're good now.
They're a hell of a lot of fun to watch now. That's for sure. So besides golf, fishing, hockey, is there anything else you like to do outside of the rink?
I travel a lot with my wife. We drive to here or wherever I'm playing every single season.
Oh, wow. How long of a drive is it from Cali to here?
3 days if you hurry, 5 days if you don't.
Okay.
So it's relatively easy.
Do you have because I know you've been with the team for a few seasons now, at least
my 2nd year.
Second, okay. So you have certain areas you like to stop when you're making that drive across country. Like you have certain road stops. There's a Uranus fudge road stop area. Is there anywhere you like to stop?
My stops are a lot different than what my wife would like to stop for. So
is she stopping for the world's largest knitting?
No, that's me.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah, no, I'm stopping for there's a dinosaur museum in I think it's called Dinosaur, Colorado. But it's I'll stop for those little niche things. Alien beef jerky.
You're a sucker for the roadside attractions.
Oh, 100%. If there's a sign that says, what is this thing? And it's trying to attract you to some trailer off in the woods, I'm going to
You're let's go. Hey, we got 5 days to get there. Let's go.
When am I ever going to be going through some random town in Nebraska again? Even though I go through it every year.
It could be some country bumpkin's little shack, but you're going to go check it out. And,
right.
And pay the fee. Pay the fee to see it.
Yep.
So awesome, TJ, dude. I appreciate you taking the time
to
talk to me about some stuff. Anybody you want to say hi to?
Just my parents back home. I know they wanted to come out this year. My injury kind of derailed that, so planning on coming out next season.
Okay.
And my sister, her husband Christian, and the rest of my family watching back home.
Very cool, man. Well, hey, TJ, we wish you the best of luck in the rest of the season. And dude, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
One in 5 children in America go to bed hungry. That's why Kroger has donated 60 million meals to families in Michigan. Join us in ending childhood hunger. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, cheers, buddy.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, I'll do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness, it's got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's James, your Motor City Rockers in-arena host, back again with another 5 minutes in the box. This time, we're joined by Eli Rivers. Eli, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with us.
Yeah, no
How's
problem.
it going, man?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
So, you've been like one of the leading scorers on the team. How are you feeling about the season?
It's been going well. Obviously, been getting a lot of opportunity here. So it's been good for my confidence, kind of to play in a bigger role and you know, be needed on the offensive side of things. So it's been good. Just hoping we can finish out here and find our way into a playoff spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tight towards the end of the season. We still got half the season to go, so still plenty of time to get those points. But let's talk about like your journey through hockey. Like, where did you start from? I don't think, are you local to Michigan?
No, I'm not local. I'm from Vermont.
Vermont? Okay.
Yeah. So I grew up playing. I started when I was like 2 years old. My dad played hockey. My grandpa played hockey. Everyone was involved in hockey.
You come from a long line of hockey players.
Yeah, so the pressure was on. My older brother played as well. So I was in skates as soon as I could. I had a hockey stick in my hand when I was a baby. So
that's crazy. 2 years old. So I have a 2-year-old son. I can't even like grasp the concept of him like trying to ice. I can't even get him to like leave the pantry like when he wants candy. You like I don't even know how you could like direct a 2-year-old, you know, to skate and all that stuff. So that's an impressive to come up that you started so young.
Yeah.
Besides hockey, like, so what do you do when you're not on the ice playing hockey?
I just hang out. I got a dog at home.
Okay.
So I hang out with my dog. I'm at the apartment with Trevor, so he's got his dog there.
Okay.
So we got
You got
nice.
the dog bonding there.
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
It's a pit bull as well.
Pit bull? Nice.
Yeah.
I have a pit bull as well. So
Yeah.
The most cuddly creatures you could ever
The best, man.
encounter.
They're like Velcro.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your dog's name?
Bo.
Bo?
Yeah.
Very nice. I like that. That's a great name for a dog. Do you do anything? Like, do you play video games? Do you watch pro wrestling? Like
No pro wrestling.
Oh, you watch no pro wrestling?
No pro wrestling, but
don't judge.
I don't. No, I don't. But I watch a lot of hockey.
Okay.
I do play video games, but not religiously.
What team do you root for? You know,
I'm a Canadiens fan, so
Okay.
Vermont's kind of split 50-50. There's a lot of Bruins fans there, being in New England.
Yeah.
But we get access to CBC, so you get Hockey Night in Canada and Vermont. So I grew up watching Don Cherry.
Don Cherry with the crazy ties?
Oh, yeah. So my dad was a Canadiens fan, so he just put it on me. So I'm New England everything. I'm a Pats fan,
Okay.
Celtics, Red Sox, but when it comes to hockey, I'm a Canadiens fan. So
okay, that's very cool. That's very cool. So gaming, what kind of games do you play when you are playing?
mostly sports games, a lot of chow, yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of hockey.
You live it, like you breathe it, you play it, like you're always like hockey 24/7.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very cool. You into any kind of crazy foods?
No, but I do like to cook. When I was in college, I realized I had to stop just heating stuff up in the microwave and learn how to...
That's the best stuff though, like the cheap stuff that's all just preservatives and chemicals. I'm a chemical food guy. Like I love fast foods and like...
Trust me, I get my red 40 in me, don't worry.
Okay. So what's your favorite dish to cook?
I love steak. Steak's my favorite, yeah. So I do a little...
Ketchup, right?
No ketchup, no. Do a little compound butter on there and... little steak and rice, that's the best.
Oh, fantastic. Get the protein, you get the carbs, so that's probably helps you out on the ice as well.
Absolutely.
So if you weren't playing hockey, what do you think your career would end up?
I was actually kind of debating playing or not this year. I just finished up my degree last year, and I had a lot of opportunity this year to coach some hockey.
Okay.
And kind of last minute, I decided I wanted to get out there and play one more year at least. So I started in Columbus this year. I'm not sure if you know that. And then I ended up coming here. But honestly, if I wasn't playing, I'd probably be coaching.
So you still got hockey. Hockey's your DNA. like I said earlier, you come to the long line of hockey players. So, Eli, thank you so much for taking the time to sit and chat with me in the 5 minutes in the box. Anybody you want to say hi to? Anything that you want to add?
Say hi to my brother, because I know he's watching. He was begging me to do one of these. So.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Cam, your wishes have finally come true. So that's it for this edition of 5 Minutes in the Box with Eli Rivers, and we'll talk to you again next time.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Picked up up front, shot, scores! Numbers line now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Back here at McMorran Arena, getting ready for the second period. Tonight's second period is sponsored by the Long Drink. The second period is known as the period of the long change, so naturally the perfect drink to go with it, the Long Drink. Sparkling refreshment, real liquor, try one today. It was a 2-0 first period that, again, I said it before we went to break. If you're just joining us, multiple things can be true at the same time. On the one hand, Mr. Obvious here, it was a much better first period than last night. The second goal was a clean goal. The first one, Rico got most of it, just didn't quite get all of it, and it trickled through. So a much better effort in the first period. The other side of the coin, still wasn't a good enough effort to find themselves even tied down 2-0. Motor City going to try to find a way to generate some more offense. Shots were only 10-2 in that first period in favor of Port Huron. Stats all season long are brought to you by PSN Technology. As we get ready for the second period again, thank you so much for joining us for the first road television broadcast in Motor City Rockers history. We hope that this is step one for what is in the future for the Rockers and the Rockers Media Network. We hope that Motor City can start the second period like they did last night, scoring about a minute in. Both sides take their final lap around the ice, and we are ready to go here in period number 2. Brady Beaton with you here, live from McMorran Arena. Rockers going right to left. Port Huron Prowlers left to right. Fox and Sneath glide to the circle. And the middle period underway. Puck pinballs around and it ends up back with that was Tim Organ. Milam in his own end, banks off the end boards. Matthias Tellstrom throws it off the legs. That hit Tyler Fox. He scored his first pro goal. Saved by Gonzalez, hit his right pad on the far point. Slides down to the far wall. Left slot shot, stopped by Milam. He went down. Oh, he looked like a linebacker falling on a fumble the way he was on his side. Able to get it between the blue lines and force the Prowlers to touch up. Port Huron dumps it in, goes for the change. The captain, Josh Colton, over to Matthias Tellstrom. He's been pesky in this one. You feel like he's been a half step off. Big hit. Sneath absorbs the blow from Martin. Sneath back to his feet. I think he gave the I'm all right. There's a little extra pushing as Tellstrom and Millette having words, and shocking that when Millette's face to face with someone, he declines to drop the gloves. Play was offsides. Offsides all season long, brought to you by Great Clips, the official haircut of your Motor City Rockers. But Dylan Marty, he gave a clean hit to TJ Sneath. And then I'll be honest, I don't know if the talking with Millette had to do with that or if that was just a separate issue. Either could be possible in this rivalry. Gullo wins the draw. Hall dumps it in. Kurdiawa in the far side. Johnson backhands Lockhart behind his net, returns to Johnson. Alex Johnson playing in his 400th career game tonight, so a couple of milestones. Again, Johnson, number 400. Matt Graham is now third all-time in games played as he passes Ahmed Mahfouz. He trails only his former cohort, Joe Pace, the all-time leader, and Dustin Henning in games played. They are both over 500. Johnson at the point. Fakes the give. Cody Oakes pressuring him into the corner. Johnson slides it across the crease. No one home. Hunter Hall picks it up off the bounce. Flips ahead. Stays in the zone. McGill Diaz shovels it to the near side. Bucell over the red line. The blue right wing circle. And a feed looking for Scantleberry. Didn't have a home. Back behind the net. Hops off that Zamboni door to Scantleberry. Shot from point blank. Kicked away by Gonzalez. Still in the Motor City end. Shots now 13-2 in favor of Port Huron. 17:51 to go in the second period. 2-0 Port Huron. Mac Diver flips a pop-up all the way down the ice. Millette slides behind the net for Parsons to the near side. Graham skates into the offensive zone between the circles. Lakney right side. Shot saved by the stick of Rico Gonzalez. Gagnon up to the near side. Chris Corrigan rings it around the boards past Kurdiawa. Heinzel waits for it. Ronan muddies the waters. Brendan Ronan spins off of Heinzel to the point. Jamison Milam to Ryan Rotundi. The Port Huron kid back to Milam. Shot just wide of the net. Milam's had a couple of looks in this game. That one went wide. Just onside Millette. Leaves it back. Milam pressures. Able to force the puck back behind Gonzalez. Matt Graham was sliding between the circles looking for the one-timer. 16:53 to go, second period, 2-0 Port Huron. Here's Oregon. Shot save. Rebound between the hash marks. Oregon picks it back up. Far side to the point. To Welsh. Slides over for Lakney. It's knocked away. Milam did a nice job knocking that loose, and the Rockers will get some fresh legs out there. Colton, Rivers, Sneath, Tellstrom all on the ice. Diagonal feed bounces behind Brockway to Kurdiawa. Tellstrom can't do much with it. Sneath pushes it in the corner. Two red, two white jerseys poking, prodding, trying to dig it out, mine it out any way they can. McGill Diaz on net, sticked away by Kurdiawa. Rivers trying to keep some persistent pressure for Motor City, something they really haven't had through the first 24 minutes of the game. Offsides called. Fox a bit too late getting that puck in the zone. And again, fans, if your hair is a little off, make sure you go to Great Clips. They put your hair back on side. Great Clips, the official hair cutter of your Motor City Rockers.
Hey, Prowlers fans, let me hear you scream!
Colton has it off the draw to McGill Diaz. Diagonal feed intercepted by Bucell. Scantleberry, left wing circle, shot off the glove of Gonzalez. Short feed to Sneath. Past everyone down the length of the ice. Kurdiawa asks for icing, and he shall receive. We go all the way down to our right for a draw in the Rockers' end. 15:44 to go, second period. 2-0 Port Huron. Motor City, again, has been better in their own end from a night ago. You give up a franchise worst 10 goals in a game. Bound to happen. I mean, you better improve off of that. But the offense just hasn't been there. Just 3 shots through 25 minutes. Shot over the net. Bucell picks up the loose puck. Leaves it back. Scantleberry looks it into the stick. Over the blue line. Johnson couldn't settle it down. Tellstrom pressures back into the Prowler end. Bucell fighting with it. It's swiped away by Miguel Diaz. Back in the Rockers' end, Gonzalez comes from his own crease to leave it for McGill Diaz. He'll come near side. Scantleberry pressuring. Backhand taken away, looking for Sneath. Welsh, offensive zone. Left wing circle shot, knocked away by Gonzalez. Rockers keep the pressure as Tellstrom got in the way of the puck. 15 minutes to go, second period, 2-0. Port Huron leads Motor City. No icing despite Gonzalez's plea, and the play goes on. Tellstrom on the far boards. A lot of red. He's able to find Rivers. Short feed. Gullo chases it down in front of the benches. Dumps it in deep. He was just over the red line as the Rockers complete the change. Into the Rockers' end. Shot saved by Gonzalez. He will freeze it. 14:34 to go, second period, 2-0. Port Huron on top of Motor City. Rockers looking to get on the board. You're watching the Rockers Media Network.
When the game is on the line, you need a team you can count on. That's why the Rockers trust IEP Urgent Care, the official urgent care provider of the Motor City Rockers, located on 15 Mile between Utica and Garfield Roads. IEP Urgent Care is owned and operated by emergency physicians within the community, providing top quality, compassionate, and personalized care tailored to your needs. With on-site digital x-ray and testing diagnostics available, you can skip the long ER wait. Get the fast, professional treatment you deserve at IEP, a higher quality of urgent care from ER-trained providers.
Hey, band members. Follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
14:34 to go in the second period. 2-0. Port Huron leads Motor City, and the shots have been very much tilted in the Prowlers' favor. 8-1 here in the middle period. Draw in their own end for Motor City. Gullo with the clean win. Diver can't get it by Millette. He's been involved in each of the first two goals for Port Huron. Millette. He puts it back to neutral ice. Skate it back into his own end, slide to Lockhart. Hops over the stick of Parsons. Hall trying to get there in time. Oates keeps it in the zone, chips it in deep. Hall can't get to it. Parsons recollects. Bank pass way off the mark. Icing the call, and we'll get a draw to our left in the Port Huron zone.
Hey fans, don't forget to stop on over to the Prowlers Facebook table at the west end of the arena to place your bid at the Prowler logo paintings, painted by your very own Prowler players.
Draw will come to the right of Yoshihiro Kurdiawa. Gullo to draw against Graham. Tie up on the draw. And skating it out of the zone, Brian Parsons, 3-on-2. Parsons to Millette, left side, shot, stopped by Diver. Lost his stick in the process, but Mac Diver, he is willing to pay the price. Broke up the tic-tac-toe passing. Lakney has it on the near side boards. Back down low, Reggie Millette. Skates it to the far side. Behind the net. Lakney shot from a shallow angle, save. Puck still loose, and Oakes will knock it to safety and shepherd it out of the zone. Cody Oakes. He follows it in deep, waiting for his teammates to change behind him. Ronan races over for it. Stays in the zone, but there's no white sweaters in the same zip code. And Scantlebury, chance to work the breakout. Banks it back to the far side, Tim Morgan. Gets it by Colton, 2-on-1. Bussell lost it. Colton had it. Port Huron controls it again. It's DeCumbus out in front in a dangerous area. Johnson down low, scores. Jamie Bussell had a wide open net and too many miscues defensively there for Motor City, and it's 3-0 Prowlers. There is multiple opportunities for Motor City to get the puck out of the zone. And Rico, not a lot of help on that goal. Came out to play the cut down the angle, and no one was down low to prevent the pass in the low slot. Shots are 21-3, and folks, if those aren't correct, I'm going to tell you it's not off by much. 3-0 Port Huron. Rockers looking for any momentum. Millette on the near side. Leaves it back. Price to the far side. Rivers lost the handle on it into the zone for just a moment. Millette can't get it. McGill Diaz dumps it in. Lockhart behind his own net. Pass broken up. McGill Diaz chips it back in. Rivers heads to the bench. Fresh lines out there for Motor City. Hall, Gullo, and Rotundi all spill over the boards. Bank pass finds the tape of Lakeney. Had it swiped away. Along the near side boards. Millette kept it in the zone. Tecumba's shot hit off Rotundi's stick. Slides into the corner. Diver to the half wall. Errant feed down low. 11:28 to go, second period, 3-0. Port Huron leads. Lakeney between the circles. Shot deflected. Rotundi tried to deliver a hit. Heinzel spun off it. Millette, very patient. Along the far wall. Back down low, Lakeney off the bank. Rotundi not letting him come to the near side. Marty looking ahead between the hash marks, and an errant feed goes to center ice, but Brian Parsons keeps it in the zone. Or sent it right back in the zone, I should say. 10:54 to go, second period, 3-0 Port Huron. Prowlers have as many goals as the Rockers have shots on net. Scantlebury works to the far side, horseshoes it around. Ronan leaves it back for Milam, the coach, over to the far side. Diver returns to Milam, hit off his skate, had to put on the brakes, and he returns to Diver. He fans on a pass. Diver spins off a incoming Scantlebury. Scantlebury would have been offsides. He declined the touch. The puck play goes on. Diver to Gagnon. He chips it ahead, icing the call. And with 10:10 to go in the second period, Port Huron will get another offensive zone draw. Draw to the left of Rico Gonzalez. Ronan off the draw. Tried to chip it out of the zone. Lockhart kept it inside the blue line. Price, left wing circle, couldn't settle it down. Johnson down low, hops wide of Gonzalez. Fox behind the net. Milam pushing him into the corner. I think the net is slightly off, or at least it nearly bounced off the mooring. Shot and a save by Gonzalez. 9:50 to go in the second period. The Prowlers have extended their lead. It's 3-0. Port Huron leads Motor City. You're watching the Rockers Media Network.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
The good life shouldn't be reserved for the few. The finest cuisine should always be on the menu. And looking good shouldn't just be for the rich and famous. At Meijer, we believe that real life deserves real good. and we work hard to bring more of it. Here, quality meets value, and selection meets savings. So the good life is always within reach. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
9:50 to go, second period. Brady Beaton here on the Rockers Media Network. 3-0 Port Huron on top of Motor City, and the Rockers have, well, they have not found hardly any offense in this one. Any chances they have been fleeting and have been few and far between. Gagnon into the zone, rings it around the boards to the far side. Ronan jockeying for position on the hash marks. Ronan, him and Fox, 226 is pinned to the boards. Ronan takes a couple of kicks at it, slides out. Gagnon back to Ronan. Ronan to the point. Colton tried to keep it in. Fox still on the boards, and it's back to neutral ice. McGill Diaz in his own end. Again, trying to find any offensive rhythm for Motor City. Just 3 shots through the first 31 minutes of the game. Gagnon trying to bring the puck back on his tape to the point. Colton, McGill Diaz, slap shot, save, rebound, was in a good spot for the Rockers to get a look at it. Port Huron quickly sends it to safety. Off of Welsh down low. 8:51 to go, second period, a 3-goal Port Huron lead. At the left point. Shot punched away by Gonzalez. Ronan, he wasn't sure where the frozen biscuit was. Otherwise, he could have gotten there first. Stays in the zone on the near side. Rivers didn't do much with it. Millette out in front, hits off of the leg of Colton into the netting. We'll get a draw on the Rockers' end. Draw on the near side, it's Matt Graham. Duel against TJ Sneath. Sneath with the win, Tellstrom collects. Rivers wheeling down the ice, he wins the race. Rivers tried to put it somewhat on net, and it was Parsons that got in the way. Rockers in the offensive zone, again trying to find any sort of rhythm, cycle it through at all. 4 shots, 8:11 left to go in the second period for Motor City. Milam kept it in the zone for a moment, knocked it loose. Sneath backhands it in deep. Kurdiawa behind the net, leaves it for Parsons. He brings it up the near side, centers. Marty, the outstretched stick, brings it in. Shot from center ice, a bit wide. Gonzalez will hold onto it, and we'll get a draw. 7:52 to go in period number 2. Jamison Milam having a conversation with Steve Gowdy about if they could make the change. I think Gowdy was going to refuse the change, and Jamison Milam was able to, it seemed like, plead his case successfully. Roussel against Gullo in the dot. Rockers trailing 3-0. Back behind the net, McGill Diaz, the first one there. A couple of red jerseys start to swarm. Errant pass intended for Cody Oakes. It's Reggie Millette with the puck. To the near side, Lockhart. Banks it back, Millette on the tape. Moves it back near side. Clock has not started here at McMorran Arena, so it's still 7:52. There we go. So our clock is actually probably what it should be. We'll see if they adjust it at the next whistle, or if anyone even noticed. Gonzalez behind the net. Over to McGill Diaz. He flips it ahead. Hunter Hall, he races after it, couldn't settle it down in time, and delayed offside. Hall declined to touch it. Checo gets in the way of a pass. Hall onside, had it knocked away. Checo came up trying to keep it in deep. Diver from the red line dumps it in, but Alex Johnson, the first one there in a red sweater. So the scoreboard saying 7:10 left to go in the second period. Again, we'll see if they adjust the time after the next stoppage of play. The scoreboard on our broadcast is about what it should be. So just keep that in mind. One-timer saved by Gonzalez. Graham on the doorstep, rejected by Rico, and it stays 3-0. Scantlebury back to his own end. Tim Morgan to Welsh. Center Scantlebury, left wing circle. Shot up and into the netting. So the scoreboard showing 6:37. Let's see if they make an adjustment. And looking at the timekeepers area, I believe they will change it. Let's see what they come up with. 6:17. Hey, we were right on the dot. So now 6:17 to go in the second period. I had a feeling they might adjust that. Drawing the Rockers' zone end, trailing 3-0. They've mustered just 4 shots so far in this one. Up the draw, Rivers. He's wheeling down the length of the ice. He gets there first. Rivers, he's knocked into the boards. He stays on his feet. Leaves behind Tellstrom. Look for Sneath. Tellstrom had it, lost it. Fox took it away. Tellstrom, pesky on the far boards. Sneath to Rivers, right wing circle. Makes a deke behind the net. Parsons guides him to the end boards. Hops to the right circle, and Motor City starting to find just a little more, a few more chances, but they quickly are relieved by Port Huron. There's just has not been any rhythm whatsoever on the Rockers' end. Lakeney looking for Bussell. Backhands to Millette on the right hand. He scores! Reggie Millette on the backhand picks the corner, and it's 4-0. Pass came right to Millette's right hand. He set it down and almost blindly fired the backhand. And Millette nets his 17th of the year. 4-0 Port Huron, 5:27 to go in the second period. Ryan Rotundi over to Mac Diver. Rink wide feed, hit off the right shoulder of Oregon. He'll take it into the zone. Shot high and wide. Cody Oakes and a whistle. Do we have a penalty? An elbow to Ryan Rotundi. I'll be honest, I didn't see it. I'm not saying it didn't happen. It's in real time. I did not see the infraction. And an ill-timed penalty right after the Prowlers extend their lead to 4. They'll get 2 minutes of the extra attacker. Prowlers up a man. Tie up off the draw, Johnson to Parsons. Millette, right side, shot, knocked up by Gonzalez. Johnson to the left side with room to work, shot, scores. Lucas Lakeney makes it 5-0 Port Huron. Had all the time in the world to set that one up. Took just 14 seconds of the man advantage. And when Port Huron gets it going against Motor City, it feels like it comes in waves. And this weekend has been a tsunami. 5-0 Prowlers. Canyon off the draw, sends it to the near side boards. It was 2-0 after one. The Prowlers have netted 3 goals in fairly quick succession. And right back on the attack, Fox on the right side. Cross crease feed, knocked away by Milam. The baseball slide, down 5. Up to the near side, Checo trying to get there first. Heinzel pushes it back behind the net. To the near corner. Fox, left side, into the offensive zone. Shot, misses wide. Welsh had it knocked away. To the left wing circle, shot saved. Gonzalez, rebound, far side, and that's Chris Corrigan. All he'll do is feather it down the length of the ice. And an icing call, 4:01 to go, second period, 5-0 Port Huron. You're watching the Rockers Media Network.
Oh, picked up in front, shot, scores! Numbers line now, shot, scores! Here we go, Stinson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, cheers, buddy.
Five nothing Port Huron leads. It was 3 goals here in the second, 2 coming less than 30 seconds apart. Draw in the Rockers' end. Shots right now 29-4 in favor of Port Huron. And here comes Bussell. Tries to work around McGill Diaz. Gonzalez covers up before Bussell can finish the move. Draw will be in the Motor City end. Sneath the draw against Bussell. Scantleberry. Left wing, shot, kicked away. Milam falling to the ice, whacks it to the other end, and Motor City will at least get a chance to reset. Oh, excuse me, a tripping call. Bussell will get the tripping minor. That's why Milam fell to the ice. So I believe this will result in a neutral zone draw on an icing on a delayed penalty. The Rockers going on the power play presented by Continental Electric Products. Proudly made in Michigan, they have power solutions for industry. Continental Electric Products, a premier partner of the Motor City Rockers. And the draw will be in the Port Huron end. So unless maybe that was not icing, the draw in the Port Huron end. And Motor City a chance to at least get something on the board here in the second. Rivers looking for McGill Diaz. Pass broken up. Sneath can't pick it up, and it's Alex Johnson. Short-handed over to Fox. And Motor City trying to get the puck back up a man. They'll take it back to their own end, Lockhart. Gonzalez leaves it behind the net for Milam. 30 seconds elapsed already in the power play. Milam fighting with the puck. Gets it into the zone, triangulated by 3 red sweaters. And McGill Diaz, the hand-eye coordination to keep it in. Sneath, down low, Hall. Back to the point, and Miguel Diaz can't handle it. Rockers have to touch up. 1:05 left to go, and the man advantage for Motor City. Hunter Hall, short feed to Sneath. Rink-wide pass, back out to neutral ice. 55 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Rotundi flips it over the net. Hunter Hall back to the point. Colton, near side Ronan. Goes near the net, it goes wide and banks out of the zone. 2:19 to go in the second period, 40 seconds left to go in the Continental Electric Products power play. Tellstrom chips it in deep. Kurdiawa behind the net. Up the far boards, Colton. Back behind the end line, Rotundi. Slides it to the far corner, Scantlebury and Colton collide. 20 seconds until the man advantage is over. Gullo to Colton. Shot high and wide. Ronan able to keep it in the zone. 12 seconds left to go on the power play. Tellstrom to the far side. Gullo centers. Nick Gullo taking his time. Back to Tellstrom. And the power play has elapsed. Rotundi chipped it just wide. And another penalty coming up for Port Huron as Scantlebury is earmarked. And he'll pick up two. Another cross check. And Scantlebury continues to be one of the more problematic players you'll see. I expect a 4-minute power play coming up. As that was, well, there was a lot of intent behind that. Shot save, still loose, and Scantlebury, knowing his team's up 5-0, took a pot shot at Ryan Rotundi, and I expect Scantlebury to receive two, maybe add two more. Already has set the Prowlers single season penalty minute record. And it wouldn't be a battle of I-94 unless Tucker Scantlebury picked up a couple penalties. 4 minutes go on the board. 1:08 left to go in the second period, and Port Huron will be down a man likely into the third period. Off the draw, Milam. Slap shot, scores! Tipped out in front, and I believe it was either Hunter Hall or TJ Sneath. And the Rockers get on the board. Hunter Hall leads the way through, so he will pick up the goal on the power play. Hall, his 7th of the year. Let's take a look. Jamison Milam, when he winds up, you know it's a blast, and Hall just got a piece of it. And he beats Kurdiawa to make it 5-1. So it took about 3 seconds on the power play. That was essentially gifted by Scantlebury. With 1:04 left to go in the second, if you can score before the end of the period, it at least changes the complexion of the third period from hopeless to you're saying there's a chance. Nice to get one on the board, just the 7th shot of the game. Puck cleared down the ice. 48 seconds left to go in the middle period. Colton to the near side, Ronan. Excuse me, Rivers, rather. The rookie Rivers. Knocked down by Parsons, a delayed high stick, waved off, the Rockers played it. To the far side, Colton to McGill Diaz. Hall still posted out in front. Rivers off the bank pass. Hall. Down low, Sneath. He's searching to the point. McGill Diaz kicks it to the tape. Rister is pushed aside by Kurdiawa. 12 seconds left to go in the period. McGill Diaz down low, chip just wide by Hall. 7 seconds left to go in the second period. It is cleared down the length of the ice. The Rockers get one back near the end, but they take a 4-goal deficit into the locker room. They'll have 55 seconds of power play when we come back, but Motor City at least gets on the board for the moment as the Rockers patiently wait for the Prowlers to clear the ice. Hunter Hall gets on the board. Recap the scoring coming into the second period. It was already 2-0 Port Huron. They got their third of the night when Jamie Bussel, he was sitting in the low slot. Motor City had ample opportunity to clear the zone, wasn't able to, and you play with fire, you're going to get burned, and they got burned in the form of Jamie Bussel, making it 3-0. And then in quick order, Reggie Millette, a pass that hit him in the glove. He set it down right on the hash marks, backhanded it into the corner of the net, top right corner to be precise. 4-0 Port Huron. And then moments later on the power play, Lucas Lakeney on a one-timer buried it to make it 5-1 Port Huron. But then Hunter Hall on the power play at 18:56. Jamison Milam picks up an assist. TJ Sneath, another assist as well. Sneath has been magnificent since returning. He's been averaging just under 2 points per game as Sneather picks up another assist. In that one, shots after 2 periods of play, 31-7. Port Huron out shooting Motor City. It would take a magnificent effort for the Rockers if they want to come back in this one. They get one back. They have 55 seconds of a Tucker Scantleberry power play when we return. It was a slashing and a tripping. A penalty's a penalty, but I would have bet I'd have bet a mortgage payment to that. Second penalty was a cross check. It was as clear and obvious as a cross check as you will see. 5-1 Port Huron on top. Rockers trying to have a spectacular comeback in the third period. We'll step aside. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
One in 5 children in America go to bed hungry. That's why Kroger has donated 60 million meals to families in Michigan. Join us in ending childhood hunger. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, cheers, buddy.
How did Culligan become the worldwide leader in water treatment? 88 years of experience, 46% energy savings, 100% satisfaction guarantee, or our network of more than 600 local water experts? Score big with Culligan Water.
Who is Culligan? We're local water masters. Efficiency, delivery, technology, trustworthy. Culligan, here for every water worry since 1936.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's James Campbell, the Rockers in-arena host. I'm here for the first ever 5 minutes in the box, and I'm sitting with Sam Gagnon.
Yes, exactly. That was perfect.
Oh my God, I got it right!
First try.
First try, I got it right. My high school and college French professors and teachers will be so proud of me. So there, that's for you, Madam Blaine. That one's for you, Madam Blaine. So, Sam, I wanted to talk to you because we got the home opener coming up in just a couple days, and we are going up against your former teammates.
Yeah.
So, like, how does that feel? Do you have any, like, animosity towards any of them, or do you think you might have a bit of an advantage being on the team for I think the last 2 seasons?
Yeah, I mean, I got mixed emotions, to be honest. I'm really excited, obviously, to play hockey and kind of see some old friends. And ultimately, I do want to kind of prove them, like, hey, like, I could play hockey. Like I could do pretty well, and our new team, I really believe in this group, and I'm really excited to like showcase our talents and show the fans like we are a team to compete with, and definitely we're trying to pump up the I-94 rivalry, so we're definitely looking forward to that, and it's gonna be cool to be on the other side this year of that.
You can be on the winning side of the battle of the I-94.
Yes.
We are the Motor City Rockers, for those who do not know, are back-to-back I-94 champs. So now Sam can be on the winning team instead of the losing team. So Sam, this is your first season with the Rockers. Give the fans a little bit of a background. I know, I believe you grew up in Montreal, and tell us a little bit about your journey going from there to here.
Yeah, for sure. So, like you said, I grew up in Montreal. I played there up until I was maybe 16, 17 years old, and then I went to play prep school hockey in Ontario at Ontario Hockey Academy, where I played against some great schools in the United States. It was a great way to get exposure to college, but also junior teams, and ultimately I played in Texas and Toronto for the most part of my junior career, which was, you got two ends of North America there, but it was definitely a lot of fun. I made a lot of great friendships, and ultimately I went to go to college in New England, where I went to Westfield State for 3 years, where I met my fiance, and as well as I went for my grad transfer year at Franklin Pierce, where I for a short stint was coaching for 1 year during COVID, which was a cool experience, and I got to learn the coaching side of the game, but also kind of refine my hockey skills in terms of thinking the game and being able to be a good leader on and off the ice. So I think that was something that was really instrumental to my growth. And then ultimately a couple years went by and my fiance moved to Michigan, and that's what kind of led me to Michigan, playing with Port Huron, and now ultimately with the Rockers.
Well, good thing the fiance led you to such a hockey, a hockey state.
Oh, for sure.
Especially this area, hockey is in the blood of everybody, I'd say, within the Metro Detroit area. So that worked out very well for you.
I've been very grateful, especially being in the United States, being to Boston, Massachusetts, that's a lot of hockey. Everybody loves the Bruins, and then ultimately moving to Michigan and Detroit, obviously original six with Bruins as well. Just nice having that kind of hockey mentality, like you mentioned, and it's a great state for hockey, and it makes me feel at home, because at home, hockey's a religion, as you know, in Montreal. So
just Canada in general, I feel.
Canada,
all the Canadians that I know,
hockey. Poutine. That's the two things.
Speaking of poutine, so now that you're here, are there any good poutine spots that you get to visit, or do you have to go back across the border?
So I haven't checked too much in this area. I know when you get closer to Windsor, that border area, there might be some poutine places, but obviously I can only speak to Port Huron. They had some good spots. I know What the Fry was one that we would go to, but I am looking forward to finding some new spots around here. I haven't had the pleasure of finding some yet, but I'm definitely on the lookout. So if you have any recommendations, please.
And for those of you who don't know what poutine is, give them a background.
So, back home we like to call it a heart attack, because there's nothing nutritious about it, but it's French fries with cheese curds. The cheese curds are very, very important. They have to be squeaky. If they're squeaky, they'll be good. And then a very thick layer of gravy.
It's like a brown gravy.
Yes, exactly. And back home, there's a place called Saint-Hubert, and the gravy's so good you can almost drink it out of a cup because it's so good. So
wow,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I don't recommend it, but it's something I like.
You've tried it.
Yes.
You've tried it.
Yes. Yes.
So we know you play hockey. I know from the golf outing you play a little bit of golf. So besides hockey and golf, what other interests do you have?
I mean, I like to say I should be running. My fiance's a huge runner, so she definitely tries to get me out there and go for hikes and stuff like that. But obviously, I love playing video games like most of the guys here. But I have been doing a lot of reading of late, which is kind of funny. If you asked me 5 years ago if I read books, I would said you're crazy. But yeah, I definitely try to do some stuff to kind of open my horizons off the ice. I'm trying to learn the guitar. I have to get a guitar, but my brother's plays a guitar, and that's something I want to do. And sometimes I have spurts of I want to learn Italian, I want to do this. So I'm always somebody that's trying to do something new.
Very cool. Well, Sam, I appreciate you taking the time to join us for the first ever 5 minutes in the box with me. And good luck for the rest of the season. And we'll talk to you later.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ, Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, what's up? It's James, your Motor City Rockers in-arena host, and I'm here, back again, with another 5 minutes in the box. This time, I'm being joined by Rico Gonzalez, probably one of the hottest players on the team currently, dude. You've been killing it right now.
Thank you.
Fan favorite. I know the Rocker Roadies, the Booster Club, love you. You're winning fans in the Carolinas after one of the recent games.
Yeah.
You got fans in the Carolinas rooting for you, even after you helped us beat them. How's it feel right now?
I mean, it feels pretty good. I mean, it's always a very humbling compliment, from if you get, compliments from the other teams, fans and stuff. I think that's a testament to, how well you played, but, try not to let too much get to my head and hit the reset button and focus on the big weekend we have coming up.
You have a lot to not allow to get to your head. 2 shutouts within like the last month or so. Congratulations. I know talking to Brady from the broadcast team, like that's a huge achievement. Past seasons, I think there's maybe like 1 or 2 a season. You had 2 like within like 5-6 games.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic, man. You've been playing very well. I know the team and the fans are very lucky to have you on board and playing for us as opposed to the competition. Yeah. So hockey stuff aside, can you tell me a little bit about your journey, like to go from? I know you're a Michigan guy. I think you grew up in Davison. How did you go, from growing up in Davison to now being, a minor league pro hockey goalie?
Yeah. Okay. Well, like funny story of how I started. I remember I was young, probably 9 years old. I was hanging out with a buddy of mine, and his dad came down. We were just playing video games in his basement, and he's like, I have to take my son to learn to skate. You're free to stay here, or you can come with, tag along, check it out, whatever you want to do. And I was pretty curious, and I didn't want to stay there by myself, so I tagged along, and I went there, watched him learn to skate. It looked like the most fun I've ever seen, and I went back home to my parents that night and told them, like, begged them to get me signed up to the next whatever that was.
Yeah.
So they did that, and I got on the ice, man, and it was game over ever since. I fell in love with the game right then and there.
Very cool. What possessed you to want to be the guy that takes 50 shots of a big rubber puck every night? Like, what made you decide to go with the goal route?
Well, probably the gear. I remember on my first house team, I was pretty good friends with the goalie, and I think if I was able to get along with the goalie pretty well, then we were probably a lot alike, and I was probably destined to be a goalie in that case. But I loved the gear that he wore. I thought it was the coolest thing. But the first game I ever played goalie, I actually put my pads on the wrong legs.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, it was learning experience.
Yeah, well, it's all been up. It's all been up from there.
Yeah.
So outside of hockey, what are some of your interests? What do you do? When you're not, between the pipes. What are you doing? In your spare time?
I like to take it easy. I'm a really pretty laid back guy. I'm more, I like to be outside. I mean, obviously it's really cold right now. The only thing I could do outside right now is probably some ice fishing or something like that, or sledding. You're never too old to go sledding. Love sledding.
One of the sled races are one of the coolest things that we do during intermissions when you guys are playing here at Big Boy Arena. We get some fans from the crowd, get them on some sleds and make them race around the arena. So sledding's fun. So ice fishing. What's the biggest? Come on, what's your biggest fish story for us?
Biggest fish story. Well, it's actually probably more so in the summertime. I was just doing some trolling, fishing with my grandfather at the Holloway Reservoir. And just I reeled in probably like the largest pike I've probably ever caught.
Nice. Okay.
I don't remember the exact measurements, but
show us.
It was probably about that big. Yeah.
That big.
Yeah,
okay.
and I was a young kid, so obviously the fish felt like
probably it
this
was like a
big.
giant. yeah, absolutely.
Summertime is more so my lane. I like to be outside, like I said, and fishing. In the summertime, gardening takes up a lot of my
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
That's actually very interesting. I never would put like a hockey player and gardening together, but I've been recently getting into gardening as well.
Yeah.
Mine's more of a medicinal plant that you grow.
Yeah.
Maybe some vegetables here or there, but what kind of stuff do you grow?
All sorts of things. I like the tending and caring the plants. I feel like goaltending is such a stressful position, throughout the course of the season, and sometimes it's nice to just completely detach yourself and just go outside, be a part of nature and just try to give life and nurture the life. It's just it's very peaceful. It's
You're
peaceful
a flower
process.
guy. I can tell. You like growing flowers. What's your favorite
Yep.
flower to grow?
Ooh, I think just sunflowers are very
so
majestic.
big.
And, they're beautiful.
Very, very rewarding. But yeah, I totally understand like that rewarding feeling. Like you can see the differences that you're doing with the plant or the sunflower, and you can see it reacting in positive or negative ways.
Exactly.
And, like what to do to nurture it.
Yep.
And, all right, man. Well, outdoorsman, a gardener, a professional hockey goalie. Is there anything else that you do or you like to pursue?
I mean, I'm very interested in the sciences and stuff. That's what I went to school for.
Okay.
And, just basically the study of cells, the study of the building blocks of life. I feel like it's a fascinating universe that we take for granted.
Dude,
It's all around us everywhere.
It sounds like the making of like a superhero. Like you're like one freak guarding accident away from becoming some like sort of like superhero like goalie.
Oh yeah, I think you've seen too many Marvel movies.
Well, yeah, that's true. I do watch a lot of the Marvel movies. So, but Rico, thanks so much for joining us and taking the time to sit with us. Congratulations on all the success you're finding this season. I hope we continue with it through the remainder of the season. We still got half a season to go.
Yep.
Is there anything else you want to say? Anybody you want to say hi to or anything like that?
No, just I guess I'll say hi to my parents, and I just wanted to thank my teammates and the fans here at Motor City for always being in my corner and lifting me up and having my back.
Awesome.
Makes playing here a hell of a lot easier, and I've very much enjoyed my time here.
Awesome. Rico Gonzalez, we're gonna send it back over to the broadcast studio over powered by KE Electric Supply.
The good life shouldn't be reserved for the few. The finest cuisine should always be on the menu. And looking good shouldn't just be for the rich and famous. At Meijer, we believe that real life deserves real good, and we work hard to bring more of it. Here, quality meets value, and selection meets savings. So the good life is always within reach. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is the free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, I'll do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness, it's got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Security George's here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
Cloud Cannabis has locations in New Baltimore, Detroit, Utica, and Ann Arbor, all located within the Metro Detroit area. We have flower, edibles, pre-rolls, 510 thread carts, disposables, all organically grown in Michigan. And Cloud and Timber Cannabis have some of the best professionals as our cannabis consultants. They'll be able to answer any questions about strains, products, effects. If you're not familiar with cannabis, we can educate you on those things that you need. You'll be comfortable with people that know their way around great quality product.
When the game is on the line, you need a team you can count on. That's why the Rockers trust IEP Urgent Care, the official urgent care provider of the Motor City Rockers, located on 15 Mile between Utica and Garfield Roads. IEP Urgent Care is owned and operated by emergency physicians within the community, providing top quality, compassionate, and personalized care tailored to your needs. With on-site digital x-ray and testing diagnostics available, you can skip the long ER wait. Get the fast, professional treatment you deserve at IEP, a higher quality of urgent care from ER-trained providers.
Oh, picked up up front, shot, scores! Lumberfly now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitchin', and we got a full line roll! FBHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Getting ready to start the third period, brought to you by RJ's Construction Services. Make sure you go over to RJ's Construction Services on Facebook. RJ's Construction Services, a premier partner of the Motor City Rockers. 5-1 Port Huron. The Rockers did get one back at the end of the second. It would be a heck of a comeback if they were able to net 4 goals here in the third. They do have 55 seconds of power play to work on, but part of the reason why these games are so critical is they're trying to clinch a playoff spot for the third straight year in their third year of existence. The Venom coming into today, they kept the magic number at 14 yesterday. And right now in the second period, the Venom lead Columbus 1-0. They are playing inspired hockey down in the Peach State. And if the Venom win tonight and the Rockers fail to erase this 4-goal deficit, all of a sudden this playoff race gets very interesting. The Rockers are in Danville for 3 next weekend. The Venom will go to Blue Ridge. That 5th and final playoff spot up for grabs. As Port Huron be down a man for 55 seconds. Hunter Hall took one past Yoshihiro Kurdiawa in the first of the double minor. And off the draw, very quick draw, Port Huron wins it and dumps it the length of the ice. 45 seconds is Milam. Sets up his troops from behind his own net to Nick McGill-Diaz. Rings it around the boards. Lockhart tries to slash at it out of the zone. It's poked away and down the length of the ice. 33 seconds left to go in the Continental Electric Products power play. McGill-Diaz on the far side. Rivers chips it in deep. Sneath racing after it. Heinzel can't get it past Hall. Price trying to finish the job. Still in the Prowler zone. Hits off the shoulder of Milam. 15 seconds left to go in the power play, and another clear by Port Huron. McGill-Diaz from behind his own net. 5 seconds till Scantlebury comes out of the sin bin. A clear before the penalty elapsed, so we return to 5-on-5 hockey. Still 5-1 Port Huron. Scantlebury to the middle. Bussell's shot blocked, second effort saved by Gonzalez. Rotundi finds Checo. Scantlebury takes it behind the nets, tries to spin off of Colton, leaves it for Bussell. From the far point off the low glass, hits off a stanchion, and Colton will bank it to Checo on the near side boards. Checo to Rotundi. Prowlers will go off for a change. Rotundi, and Ronan can't settle the puck down. He turns it over, swatted down by the left-hander Rotundi. To the right side, Graham. Across the crease, aided to the corner by the stick of Gonzalez. Back behind the net, Port Huron. A Michigan attempt, and Rotundi throws a hit. Second effort, scores. Matt Graham on the wraparound. 6-1 Port Huron. Gonzalez didn't know where the puck was, and the veteran Matt Graham, that's his second of the game, and gets back the one they gave up at the end of the second. $18 minutes to go in the third. And the Prowlers lead it by 5. Heinzel. One touch from Price on the near side. Fox left it behind him. Welsh, the width of the ice to Price. To Welsh between the circles and off kilter to the corner. Diver finds Hall. Oakes slaps it into the zone. Oakes battling for it. Had it, lost it, slides through the right circle. Hunter Hall on the near boards, rink wide feed, banks to McGill-Diaz, kicks it to the tape. Hall down low, it slides past everyone off the end boards. Hall battling for it. Shots right now a preposterous 35-7 in favor of Port Huron. Last night it was an offensive clinic put on by the Prowlers, and tonight it's been a masterclass in their own end. Bussell to the far side. Scantlebury had it knocked away. Bussell leaves it for Scantlebury. Very calmly takes it to the near side, banks it off the boards, slides into the slot, and it's pushed to the stick of Rivers. Him and Tellstrom on the attack. Rivers brings it to the near side, puts it in deep. Milam comes up from the hash marks, slides it to Tellstrom, returns to Milam. On net, hits the post, rebound loose. Rivers on the backhand, hops wide. Tellstrom in the corner. Shot from Colton, goes wide of the net. Milam pushes it back behind Tellstrom. Sneath in close, sitting in the crease. Rivers scores! The rookie Eli Rivers gets on the board, and it's 6-2. Motor City still trails. But Rivers nets another, his 28th of the season. And we'll get another look. Just constant pressure. It was hopping around, and keep the puck around the crease long enough, good things will happen. And from point blank, Rivers pushes it by Kurdiawa. 6-2, Port Huron on top. The Rockers control the draw. Rotundi dumps it in. Corrigan races after. Can't get by Lakney. Ronan tried to keep it in the zone, failed to do so. Here comes Matt Graham to Lakney, left wing circle, shot off the high glass. It'll slide past Lakney down the length of the ice. 15:30 to go in the third period. 6-2 Port Huron on top. Millette in his own end. Had it taken away, Corrigan. That was Checo that took it away. That was 21, not 12. Couldn't lead to a shot on goal as Lakney stick-handled himself into submission, lost the puck, and he'll bring it back to his own end. At the red line. Just barely onside, play goes on. Slides to the near side, and Miguel Diaz looking to start the breakout. 4-goal Port Huron lead. The left side, Ronan. Chips, chases after it. In the far corner, he is surrounded by red sweaters. Hall comes in to help. Hunter Hall had it knocked away in the far corner. Parsons tries to shovel it out. Knocked down McGill Diaz. Hall up close, off the post. Rebound still loose, sitting near the crease. Hall takes a push at it, and it goes to the corner. Motor City with a little bit of life, but trailing by 4 in the third, may all be for naught. Maybe a bit too little, too late. 14:22 to go in the third. 6-2 Port Huron on top. Rivers just netted another one. You're watching the Rockers Media Network.
One in 5 children in America go to bed hungry. That's why Kroger has donated 60 million meals to families in Michigan. Join us in ending childhood hunger. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
14:22 left to go in the third period. 6-2 Port Huron on top of Motor City. That last goal by Eli Rivers, his 28th in the year, That goal ties him for the second best goal-scoring season in Rockers history. The only man to ever score more than 28 goals in a purple and black was Scott Coash when he netted 40 during the 2022-23 season. So Eli Rivers has made big waves in his rookie campaign. Go to mcrockershockey.com. You'll see the story I had on him as the shot deflected. Look out. Fox, breakaway, and save. Are they giving a penalty shot, a hooking call? I think it will just be a standard power play as Nick McGill-Diaz goes to the box. Mentioning about Eli Rivers, that last year when he finished up his collegiate career, he was in talks with the Port Huron Prowlers and thought he was going to be signed as a college guy at the end of the year. Thought everything went well. Wondered why he never got the call, and he went back and checked, and, well, he had given Matt Graham the wrong phone number. So he realized that after the fact, and that's why the call never came. He ended up going to camp in Columbus. Some players ended up not retiring that they expected to retire. So Rivers sent here to Motor City, and boy, are we happy to have him. He has had a fantastic season. The 28th goal of the year for Rivers. He's over 50 points and a one-timer, and Lakney gets it back. 7-2 Port Huron. Prowlers score on the power play once again. Not much Rico could do there. Tape-to-tape pass on the backside. And it's 7-2 Port Huron. Shots 37-8 in favor of the Prowlers. Whatever it is, again, whether it's maybe just the way they match up or more likely a mental block for Motor City. The Prowlers have had their numbers all season long. Draw, Curioa able to cover it up. We'll do the draw again. Rockers in danger of putting up a new season low in shots on net. Back on December 21st, they put up just 18 against Binghamton. With 13 and a half minutes to go in the third, they've put up 9. Shot saved by Gonzalez. High stick the call. It'll bring the draw out of the zone. The draw to neutral ice. 37-9, the shots on goal. Yeah, the one game around the league that we really care about the result. The Venom are chasing Motor City, chasing Motor City, and they lead Columbus 1-0. Folks, I'll be honest, and I'll tip my cap to everyone in a, burnt orange and black jersey. I did not think they'd have much of a shot, attempt, and Sneath nearly tipped it in with his helmet. I think that caught him up high. He's going to go to the bench. Hope Sneath's all right. That caught him in an odd spot. Diver over the red line. And he will give a souvenir a fan. The lower glass on the half wall. Couldn't keep it in, and the draw comes to neutral ice. If if the Venom find a way to get another win, they still have 3 games in hand on Motor City. They would reduce the deficit to 10. So while they wouldn't control their own destiny, they would be darn close. They would essentially make up a lot of the ground they lost last weekend, getting swept by the Rockers for that 5th and final playoff spot. Corrigan across to the near side, and Ronan couldn't find the puck on the stick. Poked away by Kurdiawa to the middle. Welsh lost it. Checo over the red line, diagonal dumping. Pinned on the boards, Parsons and Ronan battling for it. Corrigan comes in to help. Have Fox as well in there. 12 minutes to go, third period, 7-2 Port Huron. Finally squirts out. Parsons comes away with it. Hall guides him back to the near side. Doesn't cross the blue line. McGill-Diaz keeps it in. One-timer, and Corrigan scores. McGill-Diaz kept it in the zone. A beautiful backhand sauce pass to the left wing circle. And Chris Corrigan finds the back of the net. 7-3, a touchdown to a field goal. Port Huron leads. I know it doesn't mean a lot when you cut it to a 4-goal lead, but a beautiful pass right on the hash marks, and Corrigan did not miss it. Unfortunately for Motor City, giving up 7 goals kind of spoils the fun, but just 11 shots on net, and they've scored 3 times. So they have had very intermittent offense, but when they have gotten a shot on net, been fairly quality. Unfortunately, Port Huron has been lighting the lamp like it's New Year's Eve. Hall, offsides. Fans, if your sides are a little off, remember, Great Clips can put your hair back on sides. Great Clips, the official hair cutter of the Motor City Rockers. Find them in Warren, in Roseville, and in the Mire across from Big Boy Arena. So that last goal, officially Corrigan from McGill-Diaz. By the way, at the second Rockers goal, Sneath and Tellstrom each picked up assists. So Sneath, as consistent as can be, another 2-point game. Hall somehow works his way into the zone, and Kurdiawa wanted to play it, was just a bit too slow to let the puck fall. .11:01 left to go in the third. Drawing the left wing circle. One-timer, and I think it either hit off of Tellstrom or Brockway. Around the near side boards, Lakney sends it over all 3 lines. Rotundi, the first one there, and no icing called. Oregon can't keep it in. Wave off the icing on the other end. Kurdiawa to Brockway. Back behind the net, and that's DeCumbus picking it up. Finds Millette. Tellstrom. Back to Colton. Errant feed, and Millette keeps it in the zone. Look out, Johnson deflected by Colton. Johnson, his hands go to his head. He knew he had a chance in a prime scoring area. Josh Colton able to recover and force that puck up and out of danger. Draw to the right of Rico Gonzalez. Puck bounces around, ends up on the stick of Colton. Down the length of the ice, Brockway was ready for it. No icing called. 10-11 to go, third period. 7-3 Port Huron. Marty, just no, Graham was a step too quick coming into the zone. Offsides presented by Great Clips. The official haircut of your Motor City Rockers. Draw comes to neutral ice. Halfway through the third period, 7-3. Port Huron, well, frankly, they have dominated this weekend in a tough angle shot, nearly banked in off of Gonzalez. Colton, left side, Gagnon, a little too strong for Oaks, chases after it. Stays in the zone for a moment. Johnson ahead to Welsh on the forehand, short feed to Price. Back to the point. Parsons, a blast, rebound, loose behind the net, wraparound. Did not score. Stayed just on the goal line. Scantleberry, left wing, and a one-timer attempt, both Rotundi and Milam got low on the ice for it. Corrigan knocked it down. So the one thing you can't say about the Rockers is, although the scoreboard has been very ugly this weekend, even when they've been down 4, 5, 6 goals at times, you still see guys getting on the ice, blocking shots. Had someone ask me if they were worried about maybe mental fatigue or mailing it in, and honestly, I know the results have been ugly, but the effort at least is still there when the score isn't. Unfortunately, it hasn't translated to results. 8:36 left to go in the third. Prowlers lead it by 4, 7-3. You're watching the Rockers Media Network.
Who is Culligan? We're local water mastery, efficiency, delivery, technology, trustworthy. Culligan, here for every water worry since 1936.
Picked up in front, shot, scores! SummerSlam, now shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
How did Culligan become the worldwide leader in water treatment? 88 years of experience, 46% energy savings, 100% satisfaction guarantee, or our network of more than 600 local water experts? Score big with Culligan Water.
So the Rockers may have caught a break. Here's the puck. Again, it's on this wraparound. Hard to see. Right there, it looks like it's over the line. I believe it's called the parallax effect that may alter the angle while you think it's in. I mean, if that puck hopped up in the air, but it sure looked like the Prowlers may have netted goal number 8. Corrigan, strike one. Ronan over to the left side, Chucko. Gently guides it into the zone. Ronan in the corner. Pinned to the boards, and DeCumbus the first one there to pick it up. He'll slide it behind Gonzalez. Diver to the far side. Puck hops back to the point. Under 8 minutes to go in this third period. 7-3 Port Huron. Poised to win their 10th straight overall, their 5th straight against Motor City. Rivers battling down low. Puck slides out, and the Prowlers will guide it to neutral ice. Shots right now 41-13 in favor of Port Huron. Johnson barely kept it on that blue line. Graham to Lakeney. Takes it around the zone. Short feed to Millette. Off the end boards. Diver pushes it to the corner. Graham tries to spin away, and it's Sneath that ends up with the puck. TJ Sneath skates it out of his own end. Over the Prowler logo. to the far side. Rings it around the boards. Rivers comes up. Sneath had to absorb a hit. Johnson back to Graham. Pitchforked, and we have a altercation behind the plate. There are 3 different Prowlers on top of the rocker down there. And Oates comes in. Bussell involved. And I'm trying to see which rocker that is. And he got straight up jumped. I think that was Ryan Rotundi that was initially involved. There were 3 red jerseys throwing punches on top of Ryan Rotundi. So this is the best we have. The puck leaves the zone, and it's back behind the play. And this is when the camera turns. There's 1 white jersey. You see 1, 2, 3 red jerseys come around, although Johnson doesn't do much. There's at least 2 red jerseys. Bussell throwing punches. There's another Prowler down there. In an ironic twist of fate, it was Millette trying to play peacekeeper, or at least stop the Rockers from evening up the numbers. So I didn't see what initiated this altercation. I believe it happened behind the play. There's 2 Prowlers and a rocker in the box. Scantlebury's heading over to the box. So is this a slash? All right, so look on your right. I think Rotundi might give a slash here. He does. Again, with the very limited camera view, I have to imagine this right here. So again, Rotundi, he picks up a fair bit of PIM, and he'll earn his time in the box. So I believe he'll get 2 for slashing, but yeah, the numbers definitely weren't even. So let's see what comes away with it. Excuse me, Scantlebury was not going to the box. He's waiting to hear the ruling from Scarpace and Gowdy, are 2 referees tonight. Nothing's come up on the board yet.
You must enter through the home and visitors benches. Thank you.
So let's see what the what they come away with. I believe we're about to have a Rockers power play. Is there still continual chirping? Nick McGill-Diaz is having words with the Prowlers bench. Parsons, as McGill-Diaz still talking. Hunter Hall out there. Again, you don't want to do anything that's going to cost you anything extra. Jamie West, the linesman, standing between them. There you see McGill-Diaz is. I don't think he was happy with that altercation. Now Parsons is on the ice. He's approaching McGill-Diaz. Parsons came off the bench to talk to McGill-Diaz face to face. So I think we finally have it all settled. Nothing's up on the board. 6:51 here to go in the third. 7-3, Port Huron leads. So a dissertation being given to Scantlebury and Colton. So let's see what comes away with it. Are we getting even strength hockey here? They're saying the Rockers need another guy in the box. So I don't believe this will result in a power play. We'll have 5-on-5 hockey. All right, we're ready to resume. And here we go. Parsons, Miguel Diaz. Mano a mano. They tie up. Helmet comes off for Miguel Diaz. Some uppercuts for Parsons. Miguel Diaz goes down to the ice. And the Prowler fans appreciated the effort. And you know what? I'll at least give a tip of the cap to Parsons and Miguel Diaz. They didn't like what had been going on all weekend long, and they just decided, hey, we're both ready, let's drop the gloves. And they'll essentially spend the rest of the game in the box. So we're slowly getting all the penalties put in. Cody Oakes, again, he was involved. I didn't realize he came off the bench. So he got a leaving the player or the bench area penalty. As Mac Diver is going to pick up a penalty. He gave a cross-check to Scantlebury. And the officials doing their best to keep order. And now Diver mad at the linesman who just hog-tied him down to the ice. .6:35 left to go in this one, and it could take a while. So, no surprise, Scantlebury drew the ire of Mac Diver. And there's the cross-check, and that's a penalty. And Diver had some extra words for Scantlebury. And DeCumbis comes in. And then a little, I'll be honest, maybe a bit over-aggressive from Dallas Mitchell. The way he brought down Diver, if that's on the gridiron, that's a horse collar penalty. And that's what got Diver upset. And it's a full house. We have 7 players in the penalty box, 4 Prowlers, 3 Rockers, and we have 4-on-4 hockey. So I believe we have all the penalties put in. So we have at 13:09, Jamie Bussell got a roughing, Cody Oakes got a roughing, Brett Lockhart got a major. Oh, great, another penalty. All right, I'm going to deal with that in a moment. This is what had happened before. Bussell and Oakes each got roughings. Lockhart and Rotundi each got a fighting. As Alex Johnson goes to the penalty box. Oakes got a leaving the bench misconduct, which I'd have to go back and look to see if Oakes was on the ice. Yeah, we do have a lot. We have an entire line in the box. 5 Prowlers are in the box. In fact, right now, there's only 1 extra skater on the Prowlers bench than there is in the box. I also have to remind you that it's a Continental Electric Products power play and that they're proudly made in Michigan. They provide power solutions to industry. Continental, a premier partner of the Motor City Rockers. Corrigan along the boards to Colton. Hall behind the net to Colton. The captain to the right side. Hall walks it up. Shot deflected wide. Down low, Hall. Banks to the point, Josh Colton. Between the circles, left side, Hall, and he fans on the shot. And a Bronx cheer comes from the Prowler fans. 4-on-3 power play. Corrigan to Colton. Thought about it. Lane got muddied up by Matt Graham. Circle to circle feed. Shot, shouldered away by Kurdiawa. Corrigan shovels it to the near side. 30 seconds left to go on the first set of coincidental minors. 50 seconds left to go on the power play. And the pass off the mark. From their own end, Gullo. Rivers takes his time. 5 seconds will go to a traditional 5-on-4 power play. Gullo to the far side. Colton kicks it to the tape. 21 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Rivers left it behind him. Heinzel, the one that came out of the box. Honestly, I think if any one of the 5 Prowlers came out, I don't think anyone may have noticed. And now we are ready to get back to 5-on-5 hockey. I only hope that the order can stay for the final 4 minutes. One-timer sneak save by Kurdiawa. The 5-on-5 hockey. Diver. He just got done serving his sentence in the sin bin. Bang pass to the right side. Price left it back. Sneak to Tellstrom. Him and Rivers are outnumbered. Tellstrom shot deflected. Tellstrom outstretched stick. Sneath able to keep it in. Sends it in deep. 3:37 to go third period. 7-3. Port Huron has led all the way. 2 goals in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third. Gagnon goes down. And a slash from Lockhart. And Gagnon not happy. Gagnon drops the gloves. A right from Sam. Lockhart goes a few laps. And Lockhart, Brockway, excuse me, it was Ben Brockway, my apologies. Sure, why not? Sam will head back to the dressing room.
All right, fans, and finally, it's the moment we've been waiting about 3 whistles for.
So here's what caused this. You'll see, Brockway, not Lockhart, my apologies. So Gagnon went down initially. There's a bit of a cross check. And Sam was upset. 3:25 to go in the third, and again, fireworks all third period. I just hoping we can get to the finish line here. A laundry list of penalties and hopefully no more to be added. So I don't think we're going to get any power play out of this. Looks like Brockway and Gagnon will get offsetting, cross-checking, and slashing minors, and then each get 5 for fighting. While they sort this out, let's take a check-in on what's going on in Columbus as the HC Venom, after 2 periods, lead Columbus 1-0. The Venom are chasing Motor City for that 5th and final Empire Division playoff spot. If they hold on and the Rockers don't have a miracle behind them, actually it looks like the Rockers are going on a power play brought to you by Continental Electric Products. But if the Rockers don't manage 4 goals in 3:25 and the Venom hold on to get a victory, it wouldn't put the rest of the season out of the Rockers' hands, but it would be darn close. So when this one ends, everyone, every Rocker fan out there needs to temporarily become a River Dragon fan today and tomorrow. On the Continental Electric Products power play, it's Hunter Hall to Milo. Fakes the slap shot. Sneed, back to Milam, down low, backhand, scores! Coach Milam. You don't usually see him bury it from the right wing circle, but he makes it 7-4. So Jamison Milam showing off some fancy hands. Went far side and beat Kurdiawa. 7-4. Again, the effort I don't think has been a question. Has it turned out on the scoreboard? No, but I certainly, at least in one man's opinion, the Rockers have not mailed it in by any means. Frustration at the scoreboard, giving up 17 goals in 2 games, absolutely. And is there a lot to fix? You bet there's a laundry list. But you can see there's the care factor is still very much there. They're going to take Brockway to the locker room. So he'll get to shower early. Right side, in between the circles, it's knocked behind the net. It was Welsh trying to dangle his way to goal number 8. Checo picks up the puck. Looking for Corrigan. Checo slides it along the boards. Corrigan, he was boxed out by Oregon. First time those two have met in this one. Corrigan for Motor City and Tim Organ for Port Huron. Prowlers earlier in the season had a Thelstrom along with Matthias Tellstrom, which was never fun. There have been Babin and Babick we've had to deal with before. But Corrigan and Oregon's a new one. 2:08 left to go. Johnson, saved by Gonzalez. Grabbed his own miss. 7-4. In the corner. Puck bounces off the end or the far boards. Heinzel left wing circle. Finds Graham down low. Pass broken up. And Johnson picks it up, goes back to his own blue line. Graham over center ice, slides to Millette. Millette takes his time. Scantleberry way wide. Rushed the shot a bit. 90 seconds left to go in this third period. 7-4. Port Huron on top. Colton backhands it down the length of the ice. We have icing with 1:09 to go in the third. And thank you so much for joining us for the inaugural road video broadcast of the third period.
1,872. Thank you, fans.
Crowd of 1,800 here at McMorran Arena. We hope we can bring more of these in the future. Hopefully a playoff one in some capacity. in a few weeks' time. We want to continue to grow the Rockers brand, and we hope that the coming months and seasons will be an era of stability for Motor City, not just on the ice, but behind the scenes as well, and that includes the broadcast. Find a way in the off season to figure this out. And Park Avenue Productions has done an excellent job all season long with the Rockers broadcasts. Traveled with us today and figure out a way to make it work for more than just a special one-off. I want to make this routine instead of an occasion. And hopefully, in the future, we have better results to talk about as well. .30 seconds left to go in the third. Port Huron dumps it in deep. Johnson the first one there. 23 seconds left to go in the third. Hall takes a hit from Johnson. Colton has it. Rivers in his own end. Final 10 seconds. Down the length of the ice. Icing is waved off, I think, for the mere fact that the Rockers or the officials didn't want to blow another whistle. Scantlebury with a leaving blow to Corrigan. And the horn sounds in. Port Huron gets a 7-4 victory over the Motor City Rockers. We'll take a break, come back, wrap up this broadcast. You've been watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Up in front, shot scores! Cumberland now, shot scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Back here on the Rockers Media Network, wish we had some better news for you, but the Rockers fall 7-4 to Port Huron. Just go over the scoring real quick. First 5 goals of the game went for Port Huron, and the frustrating part is the Rockers will spot Port Huron a handful of goals and then play even hockey with them the rest of the way. But again, you got to give credit to Port Huron. The last 3 games, they've taken a 4-0, a 7-0, and a 5-0 lead. Matt Graham, Tyler Fox, Jamie Bussell, Reggie Millette, and Lucas Lakney each scored to get the 5-0 lead. Hunter Hall got one back at the end of the second. Matt Graham found his second of the night to make it 6-1. Eli Rivers made it 6-2 Port Huron, getting the second one of the night for Motor City. Lockney finished the scoring off for Port Huron on the power play from Johnson and Graham. And then Chris Corrigan on a one-timer. And Jamison Milam, a very nifty backhand from the bottom of the right wing circle, made it 7-4, and that's where we end up. Unfortunately, on the weekend so far, the magic number for Motor City sitting at 14 hasn't budged. Need the Venom to not win anymore, to put it bluntly. They lead Columbus 1-0 down in the Chattahoochee Valley as the River Dragons have been struggling with the Venom. That'll do it for us here from McMorran Arena. I've been Brady Beaton, the voice of Motor City Rocker Hockey. Thank you again for joining us for the first road broadcast in team history. We hope to bring you more. For Christian Jackson and Park Avenue Productions, thank you for watching. Again, your final score, Motor City falls 7-4 to Port Huron. Thank you, and hope you all have a safe and wonderful weekend.